Ready? Someone tap on his window or throw something at him. You good? All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Village of Royal Palm Beach Special Magistrate hearing for Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. According to Verizon, it's 5:30, so we can get started. My name's Doug McGibbon. I'm the Special Magistrate. The first thing we're going to do is swear everyone in. We'll probably end up doing this time or two as strays come in later. So everyone who's going to open your mouth, please raise your right hand. Say, I do, and we're done. Does everyone swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say, I do. Everyone except for the gentleman there in the striped shirt who's not going to say a word because he wasn't sworn in. All right, most of our hearings this evening are either going to be violation hearings or fine assessment hearings. Hopefully everyone has signed in. That way they know that you're here and they will pull your file and we'll get you through here quicker. When you hear your name being called, please go up to the podium, identify yourself with your name and your address. The town attorney will show you some files, ask you if you object to the evidence they will put on their case. You can ask them any questions you wish. When they're done, you can put on your case, and I get to make a decision at the end. That all flips when we get to the fine reduction hearings. Those people have been through violation and fine assessment hearings. They're asking for relief, so they get to go first, and the village gets to respond. I think I've hit all the highlights, so please take it away, Village of Royal Palm.
Thank you, Special Magistrate Amity Barnard, Village Attorney. We're starting on page 2 of the agenda. At the top, it's a fine assessment hearing, case 24-0533, 103 South State Road 7, Lowe's Home Centers, LLC.
Margaret Hancock, Village Code Enforcement Officer for the Village of Royal Palm Beach. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order finding violation. Exhibit 2, notice of fine assessment hearing. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, AS400 permit information.
Okay, and who do we have from Lowe's?
Good evening. My name is Sam Epstein, 14 Southeast 4th Street, Suite 36, Boca Raton, Florida. I'm here on behalf of Lowe's.
Could you spell your last name, please?
E-P-S-T-E-I-N.
Right, and what is your position with Lowe's or whatever you do?
I am the attorney for Lowe's.
Thought so. Esk. All right.
The exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation with the signed green card or certified mail, excuse me. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing, again with the returned but unsigned certified mail. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 4 is photographs, dated photographs of the violations. Thick paper, there's just one there.
That's a lot of toner.
Thank you.
All right, Exhibit 5 is the village's permit information.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Oh, this is just workflow routing. Any objection to these documents?
No objection.
All right, admitted without objection. How do we have service in this matter? Signed certified mail is good service. Dated October 29th. Okay. I told you. Won't yell at you, but it's like I get to figure out what your ringtones are. All right, so we have service. You have a ton of pictures showing violations. What say Lowe's?
Our position, so our firm, or my firm, who I'm here working for, Miskell Backman LLP, we were recently retained by the client to help bring the property into compliance. We've advised the client, and we've also had them begin to work towards bringing this property again into compliance. As of today, a bunch of the landscaping issues have been addressed and resolved. There's been a pressure washing of the bridge, there's been a clearing of debris, and also we have been processing a site plan amendment, of which will likely bring a few of the violations into compliance. While we understand it won't be every violation, we are here taking the position that, as we were just recently retained, we have experience with, mitigating a bunch of these violations, and we're going to work tirelessly to bring this property into compliance in a timely fashion. So today we are simply requesting a continuance of 60 days to permit us to work again with the client and to, expedite this process to ensure that this property is to code standard in the very near future.
Okay. And what's the village's response?
So the trouble is that this is a fine assessment hearing. The violation, and the code officer can testify, but the violation was written back in May. So here we are in December, and they're nowhere close to complied. So this is a fine assessment hearing. Your previous order required them to comply on or before September 26th. They did not appear at the violation hearing. So as you regularly say at these hearings, that's the time to ask for time, but you have to be here to do that. So we're asking for you to start a fine today of $3,800 in continuing. That's $76 for a $50 a day fine. Excuse me, 76 days. That's from September 27th, which is per your previous order, to today.
All right, so no one showed at the violation hearing. And she's right. I always say, if you show up and you ask for time, I give you time. And no one showed up, and you actually had like 4 months to do things. I mean, you're doing the right things. It would have been nice if you would have come in with some 8x10 color glossies, or at least pictures of what you've remediated, and I think you're going to do that.
Yes.
But it's one of those deals where if you would have done that 30 days ago, 60 days ago, talked to the code officer, maybe you would have gotten some grace out of it. But right now, you're here at the last minute, and I'm a village resident, and I used to drive my Jeep around the back of that place before they turned it into Apartmentville. It's kind of nice, and I'm one of the few people who knows how to drive over the bridge into the other areas. But I got to tell you, I've lived here close to 30 years. I've been using that Lowe's store for most of my time here. I can tell you that during almost every one of those years, there has been outside storage of things all over the place.
Sure.
Usually on the north side of the building, because that's where the garden center is. Normally just bags and bags of mulch and stone and everything else. And this is something they should have done decades ago, was do a dedicated loading, some sort of storage area, but they don't. They just haphazardly dump it everywhere. And that's, you've been brought in late, and you haven't had that, ability to tell them, no, you can't do that. But even here, looking at the AS400 printout, which is their, permit applications, they haven't applied for a tree, tent since 2019. They kind of slacked off. It looks like they were doing what they needed to do, and then sometime around the pandemic, they just decided to stop. So here I am at a fine assessment hearing. You're asking for the grace you should have asked for at the violation hearing, but you weren't hired then. So it's not your fault, but you're caught in the crossfire of what's happening here. So what I'm going to do is, Lowe's is going to pay $3,800 plus a continuing fine until they get their act together. And I think you need to tell them that this has been going on for years, if not decades. The magistrate has witnessed this personally for decades, and that they need to fix it. We've had Lowe's in here, so I've been here since 2009, dozens of times. Dozens. I've met the managers over the decades. They all promise.
With us now on the matter, though, we will be sure to, give this the proper attention it does deserve for all residents.
And if you want to, do you want to dump some photos into evidence to show that you did it?
Sure.
I'll be happy to admit them.
Sure.
Show them to council first. Now, I appreciate the fact that you are starting to clean it up. Unfortunately, your client should have hired you a few months ago.
Special magistrate, they are chipping away at it slowly.
And that's why I'm
but
letting him
there's
put the pictures
So
in.
much more to do.
Oh, yeah.
And the Christmas tree doesn't need the tent doesn't need a permit any longer.
Okay.
Because they did get permanent electric out there, but there are other permit issues.
Gotcha. Okay. So they had temporary electric before, I would assume, on this Christmas tree site for the saw.
A lot of them use like generators and that kind of thing, and they have to look, they check to see how all that's hooked up to make sure that it's safe. They do a special event permit for that.
Just so the record is clear, these photos that you handed me are from when?
Are from today, all from today.
Okay. You want to look through these? I don't have any objections, just so you see what's.
But like I explained on the phone, the bridge is a separate, different issue.
Correct.
It's not on this case. So that picture doesn't matter.
Bridge pictures all because of relevance.
Understood.
People didn't even know there was a bridge back there. It used to be horse land.
Sure. Thank you.
Do we have any objection to their admission of defendant's composite one? All right, admitted as defendant's composite one.
I'll look at them
At least now you can tell them you've got your photos into evidence.
Great.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll include these in the file. Tell them to hurry up. I know site plan review is a long and arduous process, but at least if you file it quickly, you'll have some good ammunition for the fine reduction hearing.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right.
Next, staying on the same page is 24-07103195 Adele Avenue, Belisara Homeowners Association, Inc.
Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Your name, sir, for the record?
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Luis Molina. I'm the property manager for Belisara Homeowners Association.
M-O-L-I-N-A?
M-O-L-I-N-A, yes.
Thank you.
And first of all, I want to,
Hold on just 1 second for me before you continue on.
sure,
Let me show you these documents, and then after we're done with the
Sure.
documents, you can show us what you're about to say. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the previous order finding violation with the signed green card. Page 2 of the order.
may I
Exhibit-
please see who signed because I've never received it. Okay, got you. Thank you.
Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violation.
Correct.
Any objection to these documents?
No, not at all.
Then you can proceed with your.
Thank you.
Objection?
Or they need a tree.
No objections, but first of all, I want to excuse and I apologize for not receiving this correspondence on time myself at the property. That was received at Campbell Management, the office in Jupiter. And finally, I got on November 22nd the final notice for this hearing, assessment hearing. And I've been in touch with Mrs. Hancock, and I received one email mentioning about this matter on November 9th, I guess. But that was related to a different issue. So there was a miscommunication on my end. So she said there is an agenda on November 13 about this, the previous hearing. And I overlooked this. So I'm taking the fault. But again, as I received this notice, I talked to the lake company, and they came on December 2nd to spray all this pencil grass that is grown on the retention pond. They did the treatment on December 2nd, and they said that we need to wait 14 days for the chemicals to go deep into the roots. So at this point, we are just asking your magistrate if we can extend or have a re-inspection, requesting a re-inspection in about a week or a couple of weeks, probably. Because on December 16, next Monday, the company is going to come to cut and trim and take care of this issue.
Okay. And I got to tell this to everyone in the room. When you get a violation order, when you fix things, you have to call the code enforcement officer to come out and do an inspection. And that's the
course.
only bold part of my order. So anyone who's gotten a violation order, even if you fix it that night, and I've watched people literally fix things on my way home from one of these meetings, you don't get credit until you call. So as soon as that's fixed, call
course.
to stop the fine.
Sure.
But we are at the fine assessment hearing. If you would have come here for the other hearing, I would have given you more time.
Of course.
But now we are at the fine assessment portion of the program, and I think the village will object, and I really don't have any reason to overrule their objection because you missed the hearing, but how much
This is the
a
same
day?
thing. This is 325 and continuing. It's been out of compliance for 13 days. So hopefully with what he said, if that's correct, 14 days from the second is not too many more days. But
Yeah,
again, he needs to call for
unfortunately,
inspection once
Your
it
fine is a
works.
lot lower than the Lowe's people. It's only $25 a day. So,
How many days, your magistrate, at this point, so
well,
I can
we've
inform?
had 13 days right now.
Okay,
So, and if it goes another week or two, it probably will only get up to another 200 or 300 max.
so 400, 500 the
Yeah,
max. So
and
it's
you
gonna
need
be
to be
taken out of
looking
my
out there
salary.
every day to make sure that when those cattails or those reeds or whatever they are start falling over, you can call Ms. Hencote. And you may want to call her after they do whatever they're trimming on Monday or whatever day they are, so she can come out and inspect it. Keep in touch with her.
I will, but at this point, the assessment has already been charged to the association, correct?
Yeah, they've already started the fine running because of this, so I'm in no position to stop it now. Once again, you can ask for a fine reduction later, but the best thing for you to do is just get it fixed and call them the second it's done.
And just so he understands, so the magistrate is not, his order is not going to say that the fine will not exceed $500 or $600. It's up to you to call the code enforcement officer when whatever's supposed to happen with what you sprayed works and you're in compliance. Then you need to call the code officer and she'll come out and do a compliance inspection, okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
On Monday or
I just wanted to
Tuesday,
make
as
sure
soon as they cut
yeah.
it, I will call you and probably we'll
Perfect.
stop the fines. I don't want to go over 500 or 600
Okay.
because I'm done. I'm going to lose my job. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
325 plus continuing granted.
Thank you. Same page, the last fine assessment hearing is 24-0686, 114 Almeria Street, Sergey J. and Vianette Luis. No, you give it to me. What, just the papers, just whatever you're entering into exhibit to the record. Is that everything?
So this is different because
That's the new, yeah, that's the old stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, good evening. Special Magistrate, want to admit the following items into evidence. Order finding violation dated on 11/19/24, the verification of ownership, Exhibit 2, and the pictures, Exhibit 3. My name is Anthony Sanders.
Sergi Lewis.
Thank you, sir. Are you okay to stand, or you want to, there's a chair back there, you want to sit?
I can take it
You're
forward.
okay? Okay. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation with the signed certified mail. Page 2 of that. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. That's a duplicate, this is the same thing. Exhibit 3 is the photographs.
Yes, ma'am.
Any objection to the paperwork being entered into the record?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay,
You can go ahead.
All right, admitted without objection. So I take it this is the Toyota?
Yes, sir, the Forerunner, yes, sir.
All right, and
The vehicle doesn't move. It's been parked in the same place.
you parked out there on the road for a while?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Lewis, tell us about it.
yeah, the car got insurance on it, and but the problem is when someone stole my sticker, and Mr. Anthony told me that, so I went to Lax, get me a new sticker, and I called him and I told him I replaced the sticker, but he never get back to me.
Okay. So you had a car with a sticker that was
Yeah, I got
up to
insurance,
date?
and I got proof of sticker, and I called him and I told him about it.
Okay. I think we have a response back. Did you hear from him? Did you
Yes,
talk to
he
him?
does have a sticker. I did see that. I took a picture of it, but the car still doesn't move. It's been in the same spot.
Now, there's a rule in the village that you have to move your car
Every
at least
24
once every
hours.
30 days, or what, 24 hours,
On the road.
if you're on the road.
Yeah, also, I asked him if I can put the car back in my driveway, but he said no.
Well, you can put your car back in your driveway, and it's fine.
That's what he told me.
Put his car
I
back in,
never stated he
I don't think he
couldn't put
would
his car
ever
back
tell
in
you
his
that.
driveway. I said it's been sitting there. It's been
I
like
wanted
that
to
since
put it
July.
back in my driveway.
you've had that car from July till December, sitting there, moving never, right?
As far as
Okay, well, it can't sit there on the road more than 24 hours. We're talking about 6 months.
The reason he's still sitting there, when I asked him if I can put it back in my driveway, he said no. And I
Well,
didn't
he's
know
saying
why.
he didn't say no, so you need to move the car, but you're going to get fined.
Why would I lie to you, sir?
Okay. 325, is that what we're talking about?
This one was a $50 fine, so it's $650 and continuing.
650 plus
13 days.
continuing? If you move that car tonight, he will go by there tomorrow and stop the fine.
I can do that tomorrow.
Well, what time do you want him to stop by? He's going to drive by there because you're telling me you're going to move it, so what time are you going to move it?
Tonight, because,
You can't move it tonight? Well,
I can do it in the morning.
you can do it in the morning, that's fine. He'll be by in the afternoon to look.
So call him again.
Why can't he move it?
You don't have to call him at all. He's just going to go there and look because I'm telling him to go there tomorrow afternoon and look, and he will look.
I can also give him my card so he'll have my number so he can call
Yeah,
me.
well, that's fine too, but no, I mean, quite frankly, I've got 4 old cars. If you don't run these things, they will die. Okay, I've got a 68 Jeep, an 83 Mercedes, an 87 Mustang. I've got to get all of them started and moving, and they all run, and they're all tagged, and they're all insured, but they don't sit in the road for 6 months. All that is a traffic hazard. So you're going to get a order finding violate, or an order assessing fine.
Assessing fine.
It's going to be for $650. It'll stop tomorrow if you move the car, and he's going to come by tomorrow afternoon and see that you've done it.
I'll move it
Okay.
out in the morning.
And just so you know, once you move it to the driveway, it does have to move every 30 days.
So you get to turn it around,
To
but
be
it's good
road
for your
ready.
car to turn around every
Supposed to
once
be
in a while.
movable.
So you got to be facing the house, or
I'm sorry?
If it's facing the house, make it face the road every
all right.
month. Just turn it around, get it to drive around the block, make all the fluids swish around. It's
Okay.
better for the car. All right, 650 plus continuing is granted with the caveat that the code inspector is going out there tomorrow afternoon to see that the respondent has done what he promised he was going to do. Thank you, sir. All right, now we're into repeats.
Yes, sir. Repeat violations, top of page 2, 24-0898, 127 Seagull Court, Gina Sancius.
Code Sections 2318B23, parking on lawn. I observed this violation on 11/5/24. Sent out a notice of repeat violation, notice of hearing on 11/6/24, and posted both of them to the property. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order finding violation. Exhibit 2, notice of repeat violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
Gina Sancius.
Thank you. I didn't butcher your last name too bad. Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the proof of service, the previous order finding violation, and the copies of the certified mail that was sent.
Okay.
Affidavit of service is Exhibit 2 for the repeat violation, the notice of repeat violation with the certified mail that came back,
Okay.
and then, I'm sorry, these are clipped together. The last document is the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property.
Yes.
And Exhibit 4 is photographs of the violations.
That's a backyard.
Yeah, I can have the code officer
Yeah, count them all.
describe it to you. I think it might be, Ms. Hancock, is this of the fence?
No, it's a picture of all the golf carts that are parking in the back lawn.
Oh, it's, okay.
It's a sea of golf carts. All back here.
Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Okay, thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. Why do we have a half a dozen golf carts in the backyard?
It's a long story. But I promise next week everything will be moved by next week.
Okay, well, all right, you have an affidavit of service for this hearing, so you do have proper service. You're not supposed to have a bunch of golf carts in the backyard. I mean, this is a repeat violation. Was it for the
Correct.
same golf carts in the backyard?
Yes.
And you did it again?
Was it the tenant that you?
No grace. You're just repeating your mistakes. Right?
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah, well,
Like
then-
I said, everything will be removed this week.
Okay, but right now, we are at a fine assessment hearing because you had a prior violation for the same item, and it will be a fine, and the fine will stop when the golf carts are removed and you call for an inspection. So what will the fine be?
This, because it's a repeat violation, the fine starts from the date it was first observed, which is November 5th through today, is 37 days at $100 a day.
So $3,700 plus continuing, because this is a single-family home. This is not an industrial place where you store and work on golf carts. Okay? The fine will stop when you call for an inspection, and the inspector can tell us there are no golf carts there. But if you're going to continue to do this, you're just going to keep racking up fines.
I will call.
Okay? 3,700 plus continuing is granted.
Thank you.
Magistrate, we just want to make sure that you, that the record reflects that the prior case number was 24-0468.
Sure.
Thank you. Now we're going
6. Did you have a miss?
to 8.
Okay, so it's wrong on the agenda. It's just a Scrivener's error. I have 0686. Is that the one I was looking at, or?
Top of page 3?
No, bottom of page 2. Oh.
Top of page
next.
3.
Got it. Oh, wait, what is it? 6.
That is the correct case number on there. She's saying the previous order finding violation, she wanted it to reflect on the record.
Okay, got it. All right.
Record is clear that the violation was within the 5 years.
Gotcha. Okay, granted. Your
Next, we're
motion's
going-
correct, or whatever
Thank
you
you.
want to call it.
Next, we're going to violation hearing, staying on the same page. You're all set, ma'am, thank you. 24-039711, huh?
She has another case.
She does?
There's another case.
Yeah.
Well, let's get her other case done.
Sorry.
Which page is that?
It is on page 7.
7 at the top.
4A.
It's 24-0899127 Seagull Court, Gina St. Cius.
Code Sections 14-4A for a disabled vehicle. Observed this violation on 11/6/24. Send out notice of violation, certified mail, and a notice of hearing on 11/7/24. Posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. It's the black car on the right, has no tag.
Name again for the record, please.
Gina Sensius.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation, notice of hearing, the returned certified mail, notice of violation, notice of hearing for tonight's hearing. Verification of ownership is Exhibit 2, showing that you own the property. And Exhibit 3 is the photographs. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Okay, thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. Someone doesn't know how to silent. All right, you have service via posting. Tell me about this one. The black car doesn't have a tag?
Does not have a tag, the one here on the right side.
Okay.
They just need to get a tag and then move it every 30 days, or put it in the garage.
Or or just use it, whatever.
But I believe the garage have golf carts in it, so might not fit.
Probably not. Okay, so is there a tag for the black car, or you just don't have one?
I will have to find out.
Okay, well, this one, they give you some time to correct it because it's not a repeat violation. This is a new one. So what's your dates?
We're asking for compliance by December 26th, or appearance at the January 8th fine assessment hearing, or a $25 a day fine.
All right, so by the day after Christmas, you have to find a tag for this thing or move it somewhere where it's not offensive. And then when you've done when you've either gotten the tag or you've moved it, call her so she can stop it.
Okay. I will
Okay?
do that.
Is that it for her?
That's it for her.
Now we can send her on her way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to page 3-ish. Violation hearings.
Yes, sir, violation hearing 24-0397, 11848 Balsam Drive, Christopher and Karina Montgomery. And for the record, Special Magistrate, while they're approaching, Code Section 12-4, C, I guess that, yeah, the garbage cans in public view is being removed, so you can strike through that.
Draw a line.
Good evening, Special Magistrate. My name is Andrew Armienti. I'm a code inspector with the Village of Royal Palm Beach. The code sections at hand, Special Magistrate, are 6-22-108.4, 15-142, and 9-1. It's for an unpermitted driveway material, offense without a permit. The violation was observed on 5/23/24. The original violation notice was mailed out, certified mail on 5/24, and returned unclaimed in late August. It was remailed certified along with a notice of hearing on 10/18 and returned on 10/22. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, the verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. And Exhibit 4, the AS400 permit information.
Chris Montgomery.
Thank you, sir. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation and
Yep.
notice of hearing with the signed certified mail and the returned certified mail.
I spoke with him on each time.
Okay,
Yeah, every time he mailed, we spoke.
And this is this. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violation. And Exhibit 4 is the village's permit information. Do you have any objection to these documents being entered?
No,
Okay, thank you.
no problem.
All right, admitted without objection. So Shell Rock is a problem?
Yes, it's unpermitted material for the driveway, Special Magistrate.
Okay.
May I say something?
Oh, yeah, you have a chance to say whatever you want, so.
I'm new to the neighborhood, and our front lawn is very short. And we only had those 2 little driveways, and it was mud everywhere. So I looked through the things. It didn't say you couldn't use the rock. It didn't say that you could. So I did look through the guidelines, and I kind of did it because I saw a neighbor around the corner that has the same driveway system, and I kind of followed suit to do it
Okay,
that
well, that
way.
explains why you did it, but now you're being told it's not cool.
Yeah. As far as trying to get it repaired, I had a few friends give me some quotes. Just verbally, I was going to get some hard quotes, but I mean, financially right now, buying a house for almost $400,000 in this neighborhood and everything that comes along with it, I just don't have extra funds to do a concrete driveway or pavers or anything in that sort. So I just don't know the timeline of when I'll be able to afford a driveway. It could be 6 months, it could be a year. I really don't know.
Yeah,
Right now, I'm just
unfortunately, we can't leave the situation the way it is for 6 months to a year.
understood.
You'll probably get about 60 days to fix it to a level where you won't be in trouble. I mean, that's what they're trying to do, is get you to park where you're supposed to park. I mean, I bought a house in the village, and I was single, and all I did was say, oh, look at that big driveway. I have double-wide circular driveway. I can put like 7 or 8 cars.
Yeah,
Total guy thing. But,
I wish you could. Yeah,
Wish you could, but,
I don't have the room for it either.
yeah, and, I understand that concrete is crazy now. Asphalt is crazy. You're going to have to get well, you just bought it?
Yeah, well, I bought in December. I've been in a year now, but
Yeah, the only good thing about that is you have a fairly recent survey. But other than that, if you don't have the money to fix it, you don't have the money.
That's not the only violation, though. The fence
Yeah.
permit is
Well,
also,
the fence permit too. You're going to have to apply for that one as well. What time frames are you thinking of here?
we're asking for compliance by January 30th or the February 12th fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Okay, that gives you
Almost
almost
2
2 months
months.
to go get permits, at least for the fence.
Okay.
So, you know,
I have a question on that. I did take pictures because I looked up, again, the laws, and it said that I could replace up to 25% of my fence without a permit. And so I went ahead and I replaced, because that whole front gate was falling. I opened it and it fell over. I had to replace it. So I didn't know, looking it up, I could replace it. But after talking to Andrew, he said it was a chain link fence that was permitted there. It was a wood fence that was there. I just replaced what was there. So that's kind of what I went
to
with.
apply for the permit,
Yeah.
but like I said, the only saving grace here is you have a fairly recent survey, so
Okay.
you won't have to do that.
Code doesn't say 25%. That is the leeway that the building official has given. So that's not written anywhere. But when you change it from one material to another, it's not permitted.
Well, when it was changed.
Understood.
Not you, because you weren't there.
Okay.
But when it was changed.
Got it.
But the fence permit should be fairly simple. The driveway, I don't know how you're going to fix that. It's usually something you sod, but we'll see. So you need to talk to Andrew maybe about what will be acceptable for that. I mean, if he's ripping out
And just so
all
he
the
knows,
stuff-
the village code is permissive. So if it's listed in the village code in terms of approved things, that's what's allowed in the village. If it's not listed there, I just want you to know that that means it's prohibited. So just know going forward for this and any other item.
Yes.
If it's not expressly allowed in the code, it's not allowed.
Understood.
Okay, and you're going to get really good at their computer system and applying for permits. And I don't know, if you applied for a driveway permit, you may get 6 months to not build it. You may want to talk to someone about whether that will help you out.
That would allow him to do the work under the permit once he gets the permit, but the
See, that's
not
what I'm saying.
permissible
If you got a driveway
material.
permit,
I'm sorry?
if you got a driveway permit to add that driveway in there, you would have 6 months to install it.
Okay.
What I'm saying is,
But you'd have to take out the rock. He couldn't leave the unpermitted material there.
yeah, but if he takes out the rock, you can,
Yeah, I mean,
The parking on a non-paved surface. So there are other things that may,
yeah.
that
Okay,
may
so
cause.
I was just trying to find a way for you to sort of get some additional time to
Yeah.
do this, but they're telling me that you can't park on the rock, so you got to remove the rock.
I would advise that he talk to Andrew. If he wants to troubleshoot potential options, let's have him do that with the code enforcement officer, just so he doesn't create another problem inadvertently.
Just quickly, it appears that you still have the 2 driveway strips that you originally had.
I have the concrete pieces the one strip is there,
I can
yes.
see in the picture the truck is parked on it.
Yeah.
So you can remove the material and sod, and then you're corrected.
I think he's saying only one of the strips is there.
Oh, only one is there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a problem.
can you pour another strip?
Nope. Once you alter that,
Okay, I'm just asking.
it's 10 by 20 now is a minimum parking spot.
Oh,
Back in the old days, we parked on grass, on a strip, and our cars leaked right into the grass so nicely. All right, 13212 or 25, permits.
I'll get some permits.
Apply as soon as you can. Sometimes it's a little more difficult. I would probably have a problem nowadays. I mean,
Yeah.
I built a fence in my yard. I at least got to go walk in and get people to look at things. Now it's all online and it's so impersonal.
How does it work if I did put the pillars in the 3 feet like it says, and I have pictures of building the fence? I guess I gotta talk to building for that.
That's a
Okay,
building, but
yeah.
fences don't require a ton of engineering.
Right.
So you can probably, almost have an as-is or an as-built kind of
Talk to
permit.
the building department so they can give you the,
So, but fences are easy. There's a 4-foot requirement
Okay.
for a post.
Gotcha.
That's the biggie. I mean, when I was building my fence, it was 8 feet.
Right.
And all those blew over in Francis and Jeannie. And I made mine 6 because I wanted to do, and they stayed up. And then they made it worse, so. All right,
Gotcha. All right.
132, 12, 25, go apply for some permits.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next case is the next one down, 24-0569, 1341 West Side Way, Carla I. Owens. Thank you.
Special Magistrate, the code section is 6-190C, the house not painted in uniform color. I observed the violation on 7/11/24. The notice of violation was sent certified mail on 7/18/24, and the notice of hearing was sent on 10/18/24 in return, both returned with green cards. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation. Exhibit 2, the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, the verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, the pictures, and Exhibit 5, the affidavit of compliance.
Okay.
Carla
Last name?
Owens.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation with the signed certified mail. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing, again with the signed certified mail. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. And Exhibit 4 is dated photographs. And Exhibit 5 is an affidavit of compliance. Any objection to these documents? Thank you.
All right, is this a finding of fact?
Yes, Special Magistrate.
Okay, they're saying you fixed it in time, so thank you very much for doing that. You'll get an order that says, don't do that again. So you're going to get an order that says, you're fine now, but don't do that again. So no more two-tone houses.
It wasn't done in purpose. I was working on the house.
Oh, I can tell. I can tell by the patches in the corner of the underpainted portion that you were working on that. All right, so finding of fact is granted. Nothing bad will happen.
Thank you. Next is the bottom of page 4, case 24-0858, 146 Prestige Drive, Francisco J. Campazano and Rosa E. Urbina. Go ahead, thank you.
Special Magistrate, the code section is 12-4C, a garbage bin not screened code.
Button. Push the button on your microphone.
Sorry, thank you. The code section is 12-4C, the garbage bin not screened to code. The violation was observed on 10/24. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent out on 10/25 and returned with a signed green card. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Notice of violation plus notice of hearing is Exhibit 1. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 5 is the affidavit of compliance.
Okay.
Francisco Decker.
Thank you, sir. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation and the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing with the returned certified mail.
Okay.
Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, showing that you own the property. Exhibit 3 is photograph of the violation. And Exhibit 4 is affidavit of compliance. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. We have service via signed green cards. Finding of fact,
Yes, thank you, Special Magistrate.
granted. Just keep your lattice, bush, whatever you have hiding that thing, doing its job, and you're fine. You'll get a finding of fact in the mail.
Thank you. Next, page 5, second one down, 24-0451, 10593 Bobby Lane, Frederick C. Bamber.
Code sections 2318B3, parking on lawn. I observed this violation on 6/7/24, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 6/8/24, and posted it to the property. Sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 7/21/24, and it was delivered 8/20/24. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing with the signature of the owner on it. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Yeah, you guys are on a roll.
Thank you, sir.
Frederick C. Bamber.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation and the affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is a notice of hearing with, I guess, your signature on there.
Yeah.
Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property.
Yep.
Exhibit 4 is dated photographs of the violation. Exhibit 5 is affidavit of compliance. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thank you, sir.
All right, admitted without objection. You were served by actual service since you signed for it. Finding of fact will be granted, I assume.
Yes, please.
They say you fixed it. Try not to park on there again.
I have a permit in to getting a driveway put in next month, so I have a permit all in and all the paperwork put in right now and getting
That's
that taken care of.
beautiful. How much is-
$15,000.
How much is it now? How much?
15,000 for the new driveway.
I remember my neighbor put in a big driveway on the side of the house
Well,
for
we had
his
to do a
camper,
three-car one, yeah.
and it was like 5K, but that was like 10 or
Well, that's
15
for
years
one.
ago.
That's for one. That's still for one. But
It was big. It was big enough to handle his camper, and now the concrete is so, basically it's tripled.
yeah.
Yeah, great. All right, well, you are in fine shape. Your permit, when it's issued, will give you 6 months to do your concrete work. Just make sure you get it inspected.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot
of
of
course,
people,
yeah.
a lot of people, they do everything, they're happy, they're proud, and they forget to get the sign off, and then it's like 2 years later, and it's like, was it done? Well, yeah, well, no one ever looked, so.
I have a question. Is that guy still here? So one guy with the asphalt, I have pavers I could probably donate to him to put
The
a paver.
problem with it is pavers are also something called impervious surface.
Oh, right on.
And you're allowed, what's the percentage of impervious coverage?
50%, I believe.
50% of impervious coverage to your lot. So if you got a quarter-acre lot, you're talking about an eighth of an acre of impervious.
Yeah.
And that counts your house and your driveways, and that's still going to leave you tons and tons of land, but the problem is you have to get it permitted.
Yeah. Okay.
And so they have to do an impervious surface calculation.
Done dealing with all that in our
So,
house.
so you know all
Yeah.
that stuff,
Yeah,
so
we
he
just
would
got
have to
done
do it too. So it's a little bit more difficult than just
I do it where I work at too, so yeah.
plopping pavers, which is,
The money on material.
yeah, well, that would do.
Yeah.
All right, sir, good luck on your construction.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Case is the next one down, 24-0580, 151 Bob Wright Road, Edison, De La Hoz.
Code Sections 9-1, fence without a permit. I observed this violation on 7/15/24. Sent out notice of violation certified mail and notice of hearing certified mail on 7/15/24. I received it back signed and not dated on 7/22/24. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, another notice of hearing because they missed October. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, AS400 permit information.
Okay.
There's supposed to be two. Doesn't matter,
Yeah.
as long as you have the one for the night.
Yeah.
Your
It's
names
all
for the
there.
record? Names?
Edison de la Hoz.
And your name, ma'am?
Dutan,
I'm sorry?
Penelope Dutan,
Penelope, how do you spell your last name?
Dutan.
Tutan. Okay. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation with the signed certified mail. Exhibit 2 is the the renotice of hearing
Right,
for
yeah,
tonight's
we did
hearing.
that.
Yep, again with the signed certified mail. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. Exhibit 4 is photos, dated photographs of the violation. Sorry, the pages are stuck. And then the final exhibit 5 is the village's ASO 400 permit information. Any objection to these documents being entered into the record?
No objection.
All right, admitted without objection. So I take it to the white fence addition?
Yeah, on both sides, they put the new white fence, and all they had permitted before is wood fence. So it's kind of like the other gentleman, they changed the material. That is why they would need a permit.
Okay.
I put the material, the metal one, because the other one keeps falling down.
Unfortunately, you need a permit to do that.
We came to find out, and they tell us if you're replacing 10%. The other guy said 25, but we
No,
were
no,
so-
they've changed it from 10 to 25. The problem you have, though, is you changed it from wood
but
to
we
plastic.
We didn't know that.
So
We didn't
you're going to
know.
have to apply for a fence permit to see if they'll allow a Franken fence.
Just did the front, that's all we did, because
Yeah.
we can't afford the whole thing, so we gotta do little by little.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have to get it permitted, though, so.
And if you do plan on doing the whole fence, you may want to include that all on the permit, and then again, you'll have the 6 months to complete it.
Oh, it's not going to happen
So-
in 6 months. I mean, the income is just not there. He's a retired veteran with limited resources. I
Gotcha,
mean,
so,
I helped him with the fence and my sister, and
My
it's
nephews.
all we could do at the time to keep
Yeah.
avoiding him fixing the old gate and,
unfortunately, you upped it too much. If you would have just
Yeah.
put it back in wood, it would have been a lot easier.
Yeah.
You may not even have been here. So,
This one, we're asking for compliance by 1:30 or the 2:12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
all right, so try to get it permitted, see what they say, okay? I
Great.
mean, that's all you can do, and at the very worst, you pull it down by the end of January.
Pull down the fence?
You're either going to do that or you're going to face a fine, and eventually the fine is going to be worse than the fence. So it's a decision you have to make, but, I wouldn't want to get fined $25 a day for the rest of time.
If you apply for the permit, the permits are moving very quickly through the office.
Okay, so by what date do you state it?
January 30th.
The end of January.
You have to have the permit before that.
Before-
Don't wait to apply. Apply right away.
Okay,
Okay?
great.
Has that date in it. You'll get a piece of paper that has the date on it,
Okay.
okay?
132, 12, 25.
And then we contact you once we get the permit? We contact you once we get the permit?
Yes, please.
Call Margaret.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Staying on the same page, 24-0655, 152 Meadowlark Drive, Mohammed A. Albana.
Sorry, losing my paper. Code sections 15141, 1571, tree was hat-racked. I observed this violation on 8/6/24, sent out notice of violation, certified mail, notice of hearing on 8/8/24, resent a notice of hearing due to October's hearing being rescheduled. Like the following, enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, AS400 permit information.
Good evening.
Your name, sir, for the record?
Ab Albana.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation with the signed certified mail. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing with the signed certified mail. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. Exhibit 4 is the photographs of the violation. And Exhibit 5 is the village's AS400 permit information. Any objection to these documents being entered into the record?
No, ma'am.
All right, admitted without objection. It looked horrible, but it's still alive.
Yes, I've got a licensed arborist who came over to the house and wrote a statement saying that these trees are healthy and will continue to grow as long as
Well,
they're...
Stop yourself right there. You're going to
Okay.
need a licensed arborist to write something exactly like what you have so you can go give it to, who does it give it to?
Us.
Code enforcement?
Or no?
He has it right there.
I did receive a letter, and I contacted him to let him know that this licensed arborist is not currently licensed into the Village of Royal Palm and is still not currently licensed.
So you got to get the arborist licensed. It's only like a $2 thing, isn't it?
The pruning, how to prune it.
So it has
There's
to be a
evidence of
licensed
that.
in the village arborist. I'm learning.
And I contacted them a long time ago and explained that the arborist would have to renew his license. He's been licensed before.
All right. and-
License as an arborist,
Uh-huh.
because he doesn't have his like arborist license
Mitty
or his
has the-
ISA license.
Mitty has the printout from the occupational license.
All right, so all you have to do is apply for an occupational license,
This
AKA
does
a
not give
business
his
tax
ISA
receipt.
license. Just says he's a tree service.
So that letter won't work.
And it's supposed to have a remediation schedule too. I think I spoke to you when you came in. I'm not 100% sure though. So not only, so he has to show with the village that he's ISA certified. That's what makes him a licensed arborist, right? And then on top of that, he's going to state the condition of the tree and what remediating steps they need to take in the future, as in pruning, because there's future pruning that will have to be done to that tree, and as an arborist, he will know that.
Yeah, I've spoken to him about getting registered in Royal Palm Beach. I mean, he keeps giving me the runaround about doing that, about he never really has a lot of business out here. Financially smart for him to do it. This was kind of just a last-ditch effort to kind of save these trees. My parents, I mean, they really loved these trees. I mean, if they have to come down, they have to come down, but this was basically
Now, how
a
much
last
does it
chance
cost
thing.
to license him in the village? Isn't it like $2 or?
No, 35 bucks.
I told the guy I'd pay for it.
Yeah, 35 whole dollars.
I told him I'd pay for it, you know? I don't know.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, if he's willing to write you a letter, but, you know, and he's a licensed arborist, and you're willing to pay for it, I don't get it.
Yeah, I paid for the letter. I told him I'd pay for his license in Royal Palm. There is other arborists licensed for Royal Palm Beach, but I was getting a hold of them and getting them to come out there. It was just, you know, they're busy. They're all busy, especially around hurricane season.
Yeah, you want to see busy you want to see an arborist nightmare? Drive up Coconut to North Lake and look just to the right before North Lake, those last 2 or 3 lots.
Yeah.
And that tornado just snapped all of those trees.
The last hearing we had was canceled for that last hurricane that came by with tornadoes and everything.
Yeah, and that did some, and then it hopped the street and just whacked the
I keep hearing that story over and over again. The tornado was hopping around, you know? And I was, oh, thank God I
But you
know
can
around
still
there.
see it. You can still see the sights of it. We actually could see the tornado from our house. So anyway, we're back to the arborist.
Yeah, just so he knows and so he understands, the certified arborist, he would have he would make that very clear on his letter, right? So they want to show that off if they're certified arborists. So my guess is he may not be. That's why you're getting some pushback. So if your goal is to save the trees, you might want to contact a certified arborist. This guy might just be a tree service guy, because his letter doesn't say, just so you know, his letter needs to be signed by him and say that give his certification number.
Or just, even if he wants to do this handwritten stuff, which is fine, he just has to have a certification number that they can look up.
Correct.
Well, when he showed up, you know, in his defense, when he showed up, you know, I asked him if he was a licensed arborist. He said yes, he had the paperwork and the truck, and he showed me paperwork. I mean, I don't know what he was showing me at all, but to my knowledge, he was a certified licensed arborist.
Thing? It's ISA.
Yeah, usually they want to show it off. Yeah, usually it's on their letterhead.
Forestry?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you need to find out where the license happens, because I have a feeling that they're probably telling you that he's probably not licensed, because every professional engineer I know loves to put PE number so-and-so on their stuff, because they got to pay for it, and this is what gives them their salary bump. So you may want to go out and find somebody else. This is, I'm going to give him a little bit more time since the trees look like they're growing. So let's bump him.
Do you want to give
the
him
March date and give him some time before that, because, you know, he's tried this one guy. He's telling me that they're hard to get. I'm going to give him till 3 whatever. And
3/7.
I think it was Mark I got it written down at the house.
3/1/3/7. Will that do it for you? Is that
The hearing is 3/12.
Oh,
So I was
3/12.
saying comply by 3/7 or 3/12.
3/7, 3/12? I've given you an extra month.
25.
More than I've given everyone else, just because you've actually done steps. So this will give you some more time to find somebody who's qualified, who's licensed, who can give you a real letter, because number one, you've taken steps, and number two, I have pictures of the trees that look like they're growing. So between those 2 items, you get a little more grace from me, so you get an extra month out of this. So if you can get this arborist dude or dudette, I don't care if they're a man or a woman, you know, if you can get that letter in before March 7th and get it to Ms. Hancoat, you will be good.
Just so you know, it's not just a letter. Like the code enforcement supervisor said, it's remediation plan or his assessment of the tree, number one, if there are steps you have to take to make sure the tree continues to be healthy. So it's not just a signed letter from the arborist saying they can be rehabilitated, it's the actual plan.
And then they'll make up a silly little plan. It's all good.
And you can look that up. The code section is on your paperwork. You can look that up in the village code.
All right, so 3/7, 3/12, or 25 is granted.
Thank you.
So by March 7th.
By March 7th, if you've got your arborist and your arborist number and your arborist remediation plan, you're golden.
Am I going to be getting anything in the mail, or?
Yes,
should
you
I-
will.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving to page 6, a little bit below the middle, case 24-0885, 10685 Bobby Lane, Ricky D. Richardson.
Sections 942, 124C, 06190A1, and 142. Fence and disrepair, garbage can in public view, soffit and disrepair, miscellaneous items in public view. I observed this violation on 10/31/24, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 11/2/24, posted them to the property. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Deborah Richardson.
Thank you. And your relation to the respondent?
I'm the widow.
Okay, thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service, the notice of violation, and the notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 3 is dated.
And I do have, on that picture, I do have other pictures, and Miss Margaret has been out, and I fixed that fence panel.
So hold on,
and-
we'll
all right.
get there. Let's get through these documents, and then you can show us what you
Sorry,
have,
excuse
okay?
me.
No, you're
Go
fine.
ahead.
All right, any objection to these documents being entered?
No, no, no.
Okay, thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. Service via posting, I assume, since I have affidavits here.
Yep.
Okay, we have a fence panel down, some pieces missing from the porch.
She did fix the soffit area.
Okay, that's the area over the porch.
Yeah, up top.
Yeah.
And that's
They put-
06190A on your agenda. That'll be a finding of fact.
All right, soffit with 6190A. Got it. He's working on the fence, I heard.
I do have I got the other fence panel up, and I did that, the recycling thing with the plant.
Oh, good.
Okay, you want to show that to the counselor here so I can see it? So she's fixed the fence. All right, admitted without objection, that fence,
Back up, and I put this plant in front of the,
recycling bins.
yeah, there's a big chain in there. I can't move it, so I'm working on getting somebody to move that.
I can come by tomorrow and take a look at that.
Okay, she'll come by tomorrow and look. We've got the garbage cans somewhat fixed, the fence somewhat fixed, the soffit somewhat fixed, everything somewhat fixed.
Somewhat fixed.
It's almost there. I mean, if she's got the
She
big
still
one
has
out
that
there.
large piece of fence there that she has to get rid of.
I just can't
So-
move it. I'm working on
So
getting
as long as the
somebody.
fence is done and the recycle bin and garbage cans put away, and that she should be almost completed. So we are giving her time to do that.
Yeah, we'll give her till the end of January because
That's right.
she's almost done with all of these things. And 2/7, what's the date?
2/12.
2/12.
Or $25 a day fine.
5, finding of fact on the 06190A on the soffits.
And I'm sorry, that's A1. It should be both.
A1, well,
Yep,
I-
sorry about that.
Got it, not a problem. When do you want her to come by? When do you want Margaret to come by and look?
Tomorrow
For the fence
afternoon?
panel, tomorrow's fine.
Okay.
And then I'll be moving that, have somebody else move that gate part that I
Yeah,
can't.
don't do that. You'll get hurt. That's
Right,
heavy.
yeah, so.
Okay.
But she'll see that the fence is on. Okay.
All right, 132/12/25, and we'll have a reinspection tomorrow.
Yep, thank you.
Right.
Down 24-0886, 10585 Aquarius Lane, Rebert and Erna Malabranch.
Code sections 14-4A, 15-132, and 15-142. Disabled vehicle, lawn and swell has bare areas. I observed this violation on 11/2/24, sent out notice of violation, let notice of hearing on 11/2/24, and got USPS tracking on it on 11/12/24. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Your name for the record? Thank you. All right, these are the exhibits that the village would like to enter. Exhibit 1 is the US tracking confirmation showing delivery on the notice of violation and the notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. Exhibit 3 is dated photographs of the violation. To these documents being entered?
I would remove it.
What?
I would remove it.
You already removed, okay, you can explain that to the magistrate.
Okay. No, admitted without objection on the docks, USPS tracking confirmed for service. You've moved the car? You moved the car?
I would remove it.
You have or you did?
No, I did.
You did? Okay. So if she drives by tomorrow or the next day, you'll be fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Odd.
Oh, he saw the sod, that green area. Okay.
Bare spots, yeah.
Swell.
Gotcha. And then you have, if you're looking at the picture to the left of the driveway, go back, yeah.
Move that too.
No,
Now you've got to put some sod on there to,
No, I'm waiting for the permit. My permit is inside. I'm waiting for the permit now.
he's waiting for a
Permit?
permit.
You have
for-
one in the system already?
Yeah, it's in waiting. This is the,
I'll look that up.
okay.
okay, well, if he gets a permit to do it,
All right, Linda's going to look it up right now.
yeah.
Just ask me for the new survey.
Oh, you have to get a new survey?
Yeah,
So you're in the process of applying.
yeah.
That's different.
Okay, well, he's applying though, so we'll give him points for that. All right,
Has he got one?
So it's my permit. Gotta love it. Yeah, it came in on 8/5, and it's back with them.
In August 5th? Okay.
all right, so you're getting a new survey? Okay. Since he applied for a permit, even though it's sort of languished here, and he is asking to, and he moved the disabled vehicle, so that's the most,
Well, as of yesterday, you can see this photo was yesterday and the
Yeah, no,
disabled vehicle was there. Okay.
you're going to confirm that he moved it, so he's
Oh,
not going to make
definitely.
a liar out of me. And we're going to give 3/7, 3/12, 25 for the sod portion of it. I'm going to do an order on the car, just to make that one slightly different and now.
Yeah, we were asking for 1226, so do you want to do 1226?
On the car.
On the car, okay.
Yeah, we'll do 1226 on the car alone,
130 on the,
130 for that.
this 15 sections. Okay,
And then for the other 3/7, 3/12 for the sodding permit thing getting done, okay?
or 130, 212.
Well, no, I'm doing 3/7, 3/12 for the
For the
permit and the
driveway.
sod.
Okay, he applied for the permit in August.
He applied to the permit, he didn't do the survey. Getting a survey right now is a pain in the posterior because of all the real estate activities.
Does he have a surveyor? Do you have a surveyor already?
No, they work on that. They work on my survey for me.
So you have somebody working on it? Okay, okay.
That's why I'm giving him time, because he did the car allegedly. So we're going to make sure Margaret confirms that it's gone, so
Oh, I
that's
will.
fine. And then, because of his somewhat application, he's going to get a little bit more time on the sodding, okay?
Okay.
There, right now, because it would be considered parking on the front lawn. if he parks up in this
Well, he's
area
got an
up
extra
here.
spot now that the black
So
car's
until
gone.
he does have a driveway, he cannot park here, and
Okay.
depending on how long it takes to get the permit,
Well,
the
he's gonna,
the swell area should be sodded.
Yep.
He shouldn't have removed that grass.
okay. All right, so we have 1226, 130 on the car, 37, 312, 25 on the sod.
I just wrote in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we're going to page 7, near the bottom, 24-0826, 11614 Dahlia Drive, Earl A. and Gwendolyn E. Vaughn. Anybody here for that one?
11614 Dahlia Drive, anybody? It's you, but we're looking for respondents. No one wants to play?
All right, I guess we'll skip over that one. To the
Yes.
next one down is, or skip into the next one, they're not here. The next one is 24-0827, 787 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard, Terry Renee Delia.
Okay,
Somebody must have signed in on that. They probably signed in on the wrong spot.
well, you'll find one person sitting here at the end, and we'll go, okay, where are you?
Anthony Sandlin. Want to admit the following cases into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Code section 15141. Want to admit the following items into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation / notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, photos. And Exhibit 4, AS400 info. Okay. Okay, and the violation was observed on 10/9/24, and the mail was mailed out. The certified mail was mailed on 10/9/24, and it was returned back on 10/11/24.
Okay.
Your name, ma'am?
Terry Renee Delia.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation and the notice of hearing with the signed certified mail cards. Incidentally, apart from the paperclip will be a problem.
This is the one where they pulled.
All right, exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership showing that you own the property. Second copy of that. And exhibit 3 is photographs of the violation. And exhibit 4 is, what's exhibit 4?
AS400, I thought.
AS400 info.
Different. Any objection to these documents?
No.
All right, admitted without objection. What are we talking about? The palm tree?
Yes, they had to, the palm tree was dead for a while, so they had to come in and pull a permit to remove the dead palm tree.
And have they pulled the permit to remove?
Yes, sir. It's in, the permit has been printed.
Okay, so, and then they're in the process thereof, so we just
Finding
need
of
to have.
fact.
Finding of fact?
Yep.
Finding of fact is granted. You're done.
Thank you.
Take care.
Next, we're going to top of page 8, 24-0856, 412 Las Palmas Street, Lauren G. Green Sipo.
Ah, the phone lady.
Just the papers. Don't give me the folder so you never get it back.
Gotcha. Anthony Sandlin, this code section 94, Parian 2. The fence was in disrepair. I observed the violation on 10/24/24, and the mail was sent out on 10/24/24. The property was also posted on 12/2/24. Exhibit 1, I would like to admit the following items into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, photos. Exhibit 4, an affidavit of service. Exhibit 5, USPS tracking. And Exhibit 6 was just an email from the property owner.
Okay.
Name for the record, ma'am?
My name is Andrea Jo Green.
Okay, thank you. These are the exhibits that and I guess what's your relation?
I'm her mother.
Okay.
I got a letter from her.
Perfect, to allow you to be here?
Yeah,
Can I keep that?
you can.
Okay, let me show you our documents. It looks like you have some documents. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. The first exhibit is the notice of violation and the notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. Exhibit, sorry, that's just a duplicate. Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violation. Exhibit 4 is an affidavit of service for the notice of violation and notice of hearing. Exhibit 5 is delivery tracking from USPS. And Exhibit 6 is email correspondence from the village to
Your daughter.
yourselves or your daughter. Any objection to these documents being
No.
entered? Okay.
Nope.
And do you want those documents?
Yeah, we have a contract, but he can't get out to us for another 2 weeks.
Not a problem, not a problem.
So what we
You're going to get
wanted
more
was-
than enough time, believe me.
Okay.
Not a problem. As long as we're working on it, we're good. All right, affidavit of service I heard somewhere in here somewhere. USPS track and confirm. Oh, here's my affidavit of service. Here's my USPS track and confirm. All right, for information.
Keep this in your file.
All right, so this is all admitted without objection, and what would you like to introduce into evidence, ma'am?
Well, we've got the contract, and as I say, he said he can come out in another 2 weeks.
All right.
So,
Does it say that or no?
yeah, you can put that in the
It
record.
doesn't have to be. It's only if you want it to be. I mean,
That's fine, you can put it, in the record.
Okay, so this
That's
is the
our
fence
copy.
down there.
That's my copy.
Does the village keep the copy? Or do you-
Yes, the village can keep the copy.
Okay.
My daughter made a copy for me to bring in, so she's got a copy.
Admitted without objection, Chad Smith LLC, Delray Beach. Got it. All right. Oh, good, he's using screws, too. He's not nailing it together. Good, better construction. All right, so what's your request on this one?
We're asking for compliance by January 30th or 2/12 or $25 a day fine.
When he's done, call this gentleman to come out and make sure the fence is back up.
Okay.
As long as you have it done before January 30th, you're fine.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay? You get an order, well, actually, your daughter will get an order in the mail. Thank you very much.
Next case down, same page, 24-0865, 166 Bilbao Street, Christina Wadi Kong.
Code Section 2318B2 for the restricted trailer. A violation was observed on 10/28/24. Certified mail was mailed out on 10/28/24, and I posted the property on 12/2/24. I would like to admit the following items into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, photos. Exhibit 4, an affidavit of service. And Exhibit 5, USPS tracking.
Okay.
For the record?
Krishna Wadi Kong.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation. Hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, showing that you own the property. The second copied with an earlier date. Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violation. Exhibit 4 is an affidavit of service for the notice of violation and notice of hearing, showing that the property was posted. And Exhibit 5 is USPS delivery attempt confirmation. Any objection to these documents?
No.
Okay.
All right, admitted without objection. I see the picture on my screen is dated yesterday, and it doesn't seem to show anything in the driveway.
Yes, sir.
So they moved it?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Good.
So it's finding of fact.
Oh, it was just an open trailer? Got it. All right. So you've moved the trailer.
Yes, I did.
You're fine. Don't bring it back.
Thank you.
Finding of fact?
Yes, sir.
Granted.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Yep.
Done.
Next case on the same page, 24-0875, 863 Croton Drive, Dion and Lauren Kirkbride. Thank you. Go ahead. I'll find them.
So, Code Section 15142, there was a bare spot on the lawn. Observed the violation on 10/29/24. Certified mail sent out on 10/29/24 and returned back on 11/7/24. Exhibit, like to admit the following items into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3, photos.
Your name, sir, for the record?
Dion Kirkbride.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation and the notice of hearing for tonight, along with the signed certified mail. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. There's 2 copies of that with different dates that they were printed. Exhibit 3, photographs of the violation. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thank you.
Without objection. It's just a very interesting photo. You see the 2 ruts by the sidewalk, which are just greener than green because they're lower.
Yep.
And all the water goes down there and it waters that part, but it doesn't do it to the top part.
No, it's kind of just the sun's baking it, so I got to get some more sod for that.
Yeah, you got to get some sod.
Yeah.
I see you have a lovely camper back there, and of course, that's probably the reason it's enjoying.
Yeah, it sinks
a
when
little-
it's pretty soft, so it sinks when I move it.
Yeah, you may want to put some,
I tried putting like I sodded that whole area, but I tried putting like a gravel base to help.
yeah, I'm
it back,
thinking
But it didn't.
some sort of sub-base
Yeah.
would help. I don't know, I don't know what would work, sand or something, just to
Yeah, I
get it to
don't know.
drain better, but I don't know. As long as you sod it, the second you sod it, you call him.
Okay.
Because it'll be all green and pretty and it'll look great. And then if it dies out, it dies out.
Okay.
So 131, is that one of these?
130, 212,
130,
25,
132,
yes, sir.
12? All right, you can even push this off until after the holidays if you so desire, but the second,
I'll do it.
yeah,
I'll
just do it and give him a call and get yourself out of hot water, and then you'll be fine.
And then the phone number I call, do I have that, or?
I can get you a card.
Great.
Get him a card or give him your number and let him call
And it'll
you.
be on the order that you get in the mail with the dates on it.
Okay.
Their number's on there as
All
well.
right, perfect.
Actually, and the only bold portion of
That's
my
right.
order is the phone number.
Okay.
Ask for him.
So I'll get that in the mail, or?
Out in the mail sometime next week, probably at near end.
I'll get you a card now.
I'll just get.
He'll
I'll
give
probably
you a
do this
card right
weekend.
now, too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, who's next, since I still have
24,
people.
same page, 24-0883, 800 Hibiscus Drive, Lazaro J. Paez.
This will be 2316 Korean A, parking against the flow of traffic. I observed the violation on 10/31/24. Certified mail was mailed out on 10/31/24, and it was posted on 12/2/24. I would like to admit the following items into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, photos. Exhibit 4, an affidavit of service. Exhibit 5, USPS tracking.
Okay.
Lazaro Paz.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation and the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. A second copy of that with an earlier date or later date in this case. Exhibit 3, photographs of the violation. Exhibit 4 is affidavit of service showing that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were posted. And Exhibit 5 is USPS delivery. Any objection to these documents?
The exhibit from yesterday. Is that?
Photograph?
Yeah, the photograph.
You're objecting to that?
Yeah, what's that showing?
Can I?
Well, stop. You're not objecting to the photograph if you're going to try to use it. So you want it in evidence so you can use it to talk about it because it shows that you moved it.
Okay, that's what I
So
want.
you're not objecting. You're trying to do some testimony. And basically, he showed that you fixed it by moving it. The only problem you have is you can't park it that way. You got to park it along the parallel to the road.
Yeah, Anthony explained that to me yesterday.
So, and it's fine to park it parallel to the road. It's just pulling it way up there. And you can even pull it up further in the swale as long as you're parked in the right direction. It just has to move every 24 hours, right? Am I correct?
The other way?
I'm just asking these people, the code folk.
500? Yeah, there you go.
Or,
That's it.
that's the.
Oh, you want the
there.
original?
That one right there, he's just parked the wrong way.
Yeah.
As long as he points his nose towards the stop sign, he's fine, correct?
Yes, sir. Me and Mr.
I'm just trying to make sure you got it. So, and as long as he does that and he moves it every day, he's good. As long as you don't develop a bare spot.
That was the wife.
Yeah, blame her. Throw wife under the bus. No, she's fine, and it's fine. And just tell her if she's going to do that, park in different spots so she doesn't kill the grass.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they just get stuck. I'm going to park right here in this spot. So she got to vary it. But no, the rest of it looks fine. All right, finding a fact on this one?
Yes, sir.
Finding a fact says you did it, you're not doing it now, don't do it again. You're good.
So, wait, hold on.
On this one, they don't do it.
Yeah, so all of it's a 5. Yeah, okay.
It was just the vehicle. That's
Yeah, it's just the one
Effect,
car
I'm
thing.
sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
And as long as you park it the right way, they can't touch you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell your wife no.
Next, we're going to fine mitigation hearings.
I thought that was what was left. Which ones are we doing? Who's here for who?
We got a bunch for Progress Residential. I'll call them all in. Is that you, sir? All right, I'll call them all in. Special Magistrate, if I could. Case 19-0464, 117 Cortez Avenue, Progress Residential Borrower 5 LLC. 19-1485, 101 Hemingway Court, Progress Residential 2015 3 Borrower LLC. 20-0037, 101 Hemingway Court, Progress Residential 2015 3 Borrower LLC. 19-0813, 254 Ponce de Leon Street, Progress Residential Borrower Progress Residential Borrower 1 LLC. And 22-1876, 109 Sherwood Drive, Progress Residential Borrower 1 LLC. And those go that way.
My name is Patrick Malloy.
C or F?
M-A-L-O-Y.
Or your position with Progress Residential?
I am a special agent on behalf of Progress Residential for the purposes of these mitigation hearings and other scope of work.
Okay.
I have a copy of the notary if you need an extra one for the record.
Nope.
What is it you have?
I have the notarized
Notarized.
form authorizing me to speak on behalf.
You have a copy, that's great.
Yeah, I brought an extra.
That's good.
One in the original submittal, but I thought you might want an extra. Okay, thanks.
So you don't object to that, do you, counsel? All right, admitted without objection as terms of the authorization.
Can I speak now?
Are these all separate code officers? Is that the issue? Okay,
But that's okay.
okay.
We can do it.
We can rock
He's going to
to-
read all the exhibits in for all the following cases.
All right, go ahead.
Without objection. I've seen all the files.
All right, let's just have the record, have him read one, and then you can indicate that.
To admit the following cases into evidence. Exhibit 1, fine mitigation request. Exhibit 2, order assessing fine. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, an affidavit of compliance.
Okay.
And that's for all of the cases.
So we have one of those for 19-464, for 19-1485, for 2037, for 19-813, and for 22-1876. So those should be all of our progress cases.
Yeah, I'll give you the fine amounts if you want them.
Please.
So the first, in 19-0464, the fine amount is $61,850. In 19-1485, the fine amount is $6,300. In case 20-0037, the fine amount is $3,825. In case 19-0813, the fine amount is $43,850. And in case 22-1876, the fine amount is $3,950.
Too easy if it was $39.50. Okay, Mr. Malloy, why should the fines be reduced?
Well, I could go address by address if you like.
Sure, if you want to do it that way, I don't care.
Sure, so in the order of your, well, first of all, let me explain what my role is. My company was hired as a business, I'm not an attorney, I'm a business process consultant who was hired by Progress Residential to review their historical files on code violations and make recommendations for process improvements to improve compliance, not only timing, but also infrastructure. We've been on this project since March of this year, and we've already implemented with the company about a dozen processes that have improved their code violation compliance. Some of what we found also in going back and doing some lean search history with the company are two of these actually that are from 2019. Were actually kind of lost in process, primarily through bringing field staff back in and shrinking the staff during COVID. And then when the world opened back up again, doing the lean searches to see what was still outstanding. So that's the reason why you've got two 2019 cases here. But one of the things that we have done is we have hired and deployed to the field, and I think several of the code enforcement officers have already started to deal with him, a compliance specialist for the South Florida market. And we've implemented, we've taken vendor activities away from vendors and brought them back in-house. So we used to have, when we were trying to virtualize everything, or the company was trying to virtualize everything during COVID, we had vendors that would do things for the company. We strongly recommended, and the company has implemented, they've brought these compliance activities back in-house. So it's not a vendor that's going to take a picture of a property. I think Mr. Armienti, I'm sorry,
You got it right.
So you've been dealing with Michael Seidler. I think you spoke to him. There's a parking issue that's going on one of these properties, 101 Hemingway, right? So basically the company has taken the vendors off the field, taken the compliance activities in-house, including randomized inspections that are at least every 2 weeks for curb and code compliance. What we found in Royal Palm Beach in particular is the violations were all very similar. They were, and primarily, except for a couple instances that are here, they're under the contract resident obligations for the maintenance of the property. One of the other things that we have recommended to the company, what they've implemented, is not only a penalty, but also a promotion to the resident for continuing in compliance. So basically, now under the new contract, if you are a Progress resident and you have a resident obligation code violation, the company has the ability under the new lease to take that money out of your deposit. It did not exist prior under the previous lease. It's not there. They have the discretion to do it. That's number one. Number two, residents are also getting a certain amount of money per month in reserve funds in case there are violations. And if they stay in compliance, that money is added to their security deposit so that at the end, if they comply, they get about $200 a year, every year, added to the deposit that they get to take with them when they leave. Because what we found is that residents had been just basically avoiding notifying the company of compliance or telling the company they were in compliance and not being in compliance. So I just wanted to give you some context about what's going on. So on a very specific basis, if you go to 117 Cortez Avenue, We actually found this in a lien search. We didn't realize that the case was still open. This was for junk and garbage cans stored in view. The resident had actually installed a canopy without a permit, and they had not cleaned the driveway as according to what their obligation was under the lease. So this basically sat out there. We understood that it was in compliance. We were informed that it was in compliance. The resident had told us that they were calling for a compliance inspection. We find out that the fine has been running for the entire time period, which is why for those nature of violations, the fine is that high. That's the one that's in the $60,000 range. So why this would be different now is the other thing that we have taken back is the ability to do standard maintenance at the company's discretion and charge back the resident. So specifically as it relates to landscaping and the issue around cleaning the driveway and the sidewalk, the company has the ability to now do that and charge it back to the client as a matter of right under the contract. We did not have that when these violations occurred. So for all that background and all of those reasons, what we would respectfully request is that this one be reduced to 10% of the outstanding amount.
First, I've been doing this in the village since 2009. And I see waves of these things coming through. And usually the wave of the thing coming through is because of a lack of a person being in charge of these things. Like, for quite a while, Progress had someone who would show up at these meetings and would work with the code officers and they would get things done.
Right.
The entire business model of telling someone, hi, you're going to rent a house from us. By the by, we're going to also make you mow the grass and pressure clean the driveways and the fences and do all that. I don't know if that's the smartest thing out there because people are lazy, they don't have the equipment, and they don't have the knowledge, and then you end up with all this stuff happening when you could hire your own captive firm to do all of these things because you have enough properties to do it. So I'm going to just ask what the reduction is from, you want to do 10%. What's the village's response with case number 19464?
So I'll give you the response. Can I ask him a question real quick? How long has the new system been in place?
4 months.
Okay. So are you here for the other case that's on the agenda, the violation hearing? Because you're still having cases for Progress show up on our agendas.
I wasn't familiar with a violation on this, but I'm happy to handle it this evening if you like.
Okay. So I guess we can do that one after, because
Yeah.
there are still Progress cases on the agenda.
Well, let me be clear.
Cases.
There are day-to-day operations people that are responsible for, and some of them are new, but
Right.
they're responsible for compliance. Are you talking about the one for parking at 101 Hemingway?
Yeah, 101 Hemingway, that's right.
Right. That's what Mike was in the field today dealing with, Mr. Armiente.
Yeah, so your system sounds great. I just wanted to know how long it had been in effect, because hopefully, as you say, it should eliminate the cases showing up going forward. The village, again, as you said, Special Magistrate, and as has been described at these hearings for this entity in the past, ultimately what happens is the village ends up being the property management company for Progress. And I won't repeat the same saga, but that's, the number of cases on this agenda are
Indicative
certainly
of
proof of that.
Systematic issue.
Right, so we're not objecting to a mitigation. We would be amenable to reducing the fine from the $61,000 down to $13,095.16, payable within 60 days, which would be, make sure that's not on February 11.
All right, you're asking for a reduction of approximately 90%. They're at approximately 80. I mean, this is all pretty much self-inflicted.
Understanding the history, we appreciate the recommendation and we accept it.
All right, 13095 by 211 on case number 19464. All right, we're bouncing to 191485. Their number is 630. What is yours?
6,300 is the fine amount.
Their number is 630, which is 10% of the fine amount. What's
Oh, I'm
yours?
sorry. We would be, again, amenable to reducing it to $2,137.76 payable by 2/11.
All right, a little less of a thing there, but
We appreciate the recommendation and accept it.
213736 by 211 is granted. What? 213736? Yes, 2137.36 is what I heard. Was I right?
7.6. But
7.6.
it does the 3, it doesn't matter. 3.6 is fine, yeah. Yep, thank you.
What are we doing? 76 cents or 36 cents? I'm going to get paid.
You said 36, so
We're good at 36. Got it.
we'll write that down.
Because we're paying me more than the pennies by making me think. All right, the next one down is 20-37. He is at $382. And what are you?
$1,556.36. Again, payable by 2/11.
All right, we'll do that. 1556.36, am I getting
Yes,
the
sir.
numbers? By 2/11. Another big one, he would be at 4,385.
We'd be amenable to reducing to $9,609.76 payable by 2/11.
960976 by 211 is granted. And the last one of 3950, he'd be at $395.
We'd be amenable to reducing to $1,545.14 payable by 2/11.
I love the precision of these numbers. 154514.14 by 211. Yeah, hopefully your people will bring these things in compliance. I see it, and when it gets back on track, it works well.
It does.
And then they try to do things like, let's make all our people do these, and half these people don't know how to mow a lawn. I mean, I've been doing this since I was like 12 or 13 years old because I had a single mom. And as soon as I could be able to pull that mower and start it, I was the mow boy.
Sees that.
Yeah, and hopefully they will take your recommendations in, because all you really need is a decent set of vendors who put these places on a schedule, who say we're going to pressure clean them once a year, hopefully right now during the dry season, and that they'll come by and do their yard once every few weeks during the grassy times.
And that is the plan.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right, you need to give your card to someone over on this side so you can get copies of these orders, because they're going to be sent off to your corporate office and they may get lost in your mailroom somewhere.
Okay.
So if you get a card from one of these gentlemen or ladies over here,
Anthony will give you one.
they will get you copies of these orders, so you will have them in your hand probably before your mailroom does.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and if you guys are, in contact with your staff and your people with these people, 90% of these things go away.
Are you talking about the parking case?
Yes, so I just want to make sure. So are you with SRP at all?
Yes,
SRP
that's
LLC?
that's in part of the authorization.
Okay.
There's a list of anything.
So we have other cases. So this is a repeat violation, which is going to be a fine assessment hearing. So I'll try to mark them
Okay.
through the agenda.
Okay.
And then you can say which ones you're comfortable talking about.
I'll go.
But I want to make sure, because I think they're not straight. So if I bring a straight order, that's not good, right?
It is not.
So I'm going to mark the ones that I think might pertain to you, and then you just tell us yes or no.
All right, why don't you have a seat for a minute? We'll do the rest of the minutes here, and then we'll get back to him because I think he has a few.
All right, so on the fine mitigation hearing, we'll stay with 19-1018, 10186 Patience Lane, Mohammed. I'll give it to Doug.
I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Special Magistrate, Exhibit 1 is the fine mitigation request. Exhibit 2 is the order assessing fine. Exhibit 3 is the verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4 is the affidavit of compliance.
All right, sir, your name is?
Sir, your name?
Mohammed.
Okay.
All right, Special Magistrate, the fine amount in this case is $1,575.
1575, grant, okay. All right, Mr. Mohammed, why should the fine be reduced?
I would like to get the fine reduced, Your Honor, yes.
Why?
Why, yes.
Everyone wants it to be
Yeah,
less.
No, I live in New York. My house is here rented. The rental did not do what they're supposed to do. There was a storm. The fence was leaning to the backyard. I was notified that the fence was leaning. I came in. I fixed the fence. I pulled it back, fixed it. I came. I met with Miss Linda Walker and Miss Diane. I showed them the pictures. I say, here, I fixed. It was on or about August the 26th. They saying, yes, it's perfect, but you have metal clamp. Those metal clamp, you cannot introduce them to the wood fence. I say the metal clamp is just to get the fence straightened, and once the soil settle, I will take the clamp off. And I said, okay, I will be removing the clamp before I go to New York in a couple days. Please revisit. So nobody revisited, and probably the fence was fixed on August the 26th and the 28th. I have the pictures. I think they revisited back and they saw something else, not the same issue. Probably there was another storm, another area, another spot, but it's not the same spot. Because the same spot, I have the picture that's fixed. And it was shown to Miss Linda Walker and Diana Foley on or about August the 26th or the 28th.
All right.
And I visited, and I think there are documents noted on the system that I met with them.
All right, so what are you arguing, or what is your number?
I'm sorry?
What is your number? What is your request for reduction? It's $1,575.
10%.
10%? That's popular. $157.
Sure.
What is the village's position?
We'd be willing to reduce this to $1,094.26 payable by February 11.
Okay. So 157 and 1,094.
And Special Magistrate, just so, I mean, you're well aware of this, but $157 doesn't cost the village's
No,
costs
it's
to
not gonna
prepare the
cover the
orders or to
costs.
appear at these hearings or to release the lien after this hearing is over. So
I know. I'm just going to do a flat 1,000 by 211. It's going to cost them about $500 in attorney's fees and recording costs just to get rid of your lien.
But it was fixed. It was fixed on time. And I met with Miss Walker and Miss Foley, and I showed them the picture. They just have one concern, which is the metal clamp. I said, as soon as I go back, I will remove the metal clamp. Can you take a look at the picture that says that was not fixed? Can we look at the picture that says it was not fixed? It was not the same pictures. It was not for the same portion.
I'm still at $1,000 by 211. If you don't want to do that, it'll go back to $1,575.
What was that, Your Honor?
I said, I'm still at $1,000. It's still going to cost them $500 to release this lien.
You said 500?
No, I said I'm still at $1,000 by 211. And if you don't want to pay that, it'll revert back to $1,575. Okay, thank you. 1,000 by 211. Next, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you both.
if you could give us a moment.
We can do 101 Hemingway, and then we start at the top of the agenda.
Okay, very good. So we'll go to Special Magistrate.
Are we done with fine mitigations? We have a guy.
Yes, that was all of them.
Okay.
This one had to be payable by what date?
Everything's 211. I don't know why, but it's just.
Going to
the day.
page 4, it's violation hearing. It's case 24-0833, 101 Hemingway Court, Progress Residential Borrower 12 LLC.
Page 4, progress.
Patrick.
Special Magistrate, the code section is 23-49B1B, 23-17, 14-4A, and 14-22. And for the record, Special Magistrate 23-17 and 14-4A are going in as a finding of fact.
All right, stop for 1 second. Which are finding of facts?
23-17 and 14-4A.
And which are those?
Parking over the sidewalk, it should say, and disabled vehicle.
Okay, I just want to get the right Venn diagram going here. This is a lovely one. All right, and those are finding of facts on those, or?
Yes, Special Magistrate.
Okay. And then we're looking at actual not parking orientation, parking over the sidewalk?
He's not finished with his testimony.
Got it, okay.
The description of the violations are not parking in orientation of the driveway, parking over the sidewalk, disabled vehicle, and miscellaneous items. I observed the violation on 10/15. The notice of hearing and notice of violation were sent certified mail on 10/25 and returned on 11/6. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. The notice of violation is Exhibit 1. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
Okay.
Name again for the record, sir?
Patrick Malloy.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation and the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing.
Okay.
With the magistrate's favorite stamp of Willie Grant. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violation. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. What would you like?
As Mr. Armienti said on 2317 and 14-4A, a finding of fact, and for the other sections, compliance by 1226 or the 1/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted, and just.
No objection.
Yeah, talk to your people and see if they
It's
can
my
talk to the
understanding
tenants.
that you met with Michael and gave him instructions about how you wanted the residents to align their parking so they weren't blocking the sidewalk. That was my understanding.
I haven't met with Michael. I spoke with him over the phone.
Oh, okay.
And I explained to him that the curve, if you look at the picture here, you'll see the driveway.
Right, there was enough space for them to get the cars into the driveway if they used the upper drive and the lower drive without blocking the sidewalk. Is that?
Yes, they can't block the sidewalk even though they've cured that violation past the days given, which is why it was a finding of fact. But you can see here, there's still parking not in orientation. So you see that little motorcycle?
Yes.
It needs to be facing the garage door. And the cars that are parked right in front of the front door, as the driveway curves, the cars have to be aligned with the curvature of the driveway.
Okay. That reflects my understanding of the compliance conversation that we had this afternoon. And I know that Michael and other representatives from the company are going to be doing spot checks between now and the compliance period just to demonstrate compliance.
Good, and as soon as they have compliance, please call so you can get your inspections when they are compliant.
Today.
All right, so that's page 4. Do we have any more SRPs or progresses to deal with?
Yesterday. One more thing, the garbage or miscellaneous items in front of the air conditioning in this picture, I spoke to Michael about that as well, so he's clear that that needs to be removed.
Yeah, that's just trash. Trash and trashy. And if you look up at the screen right now, sir, you can see it. Yeah. All right, any more of these?
The only one he's staying for?
We have a sub on page 5 on the bottom.
The only one he's staying for.
Okay, that's fine.
Thanks.
Thank you. All
Back
right,
to the top
we
now.
have a gentleman in the back. Is he missing, just watching? He's watching. Oh,
All right, then we're going to go back.
TV, but hey, it's better in live.
We're going back to the top of the agenda, fine assessment hearings, 24-0319, 764 Camellia Drive, Yahara Lobo. That way now, there's nobody here. I'll do that while you're...
Special Magistrate would like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation with an affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing with affidavit of service. Exhibit 3 is the verification of ownership. Exhibit 4 are the pictures, and Exhibit 5 is the AS 400 permit information.
Now, did you take those props in there and throw them on the driveway to make it look worse?
Strike that from the record, please.
All right, so I think they're trying to do repairs with plastic bags then?
They didn't get the permit.
They
When I
didn't get a
spoke to
permit, They
them,
haven't fixed it, and they're leaving trash all over it.
yeah, I spoke with them, and their last words to me were, "I'm not going to do it," and then that was it. I haven't heard
Oh,
from them
well.
since. So.
They don't have to do it, but they will come in someday for a fine reduction when they're trying to sell it.
This one's been out of compliance for 76 days. Your order required compliance by 9/26. So we're asking we're asking for a fine of $1,900 and continuing at $25 a day.
100 plus continuing is granted.
Then you said 1,900?
Yes, 1,900 would
Thank
be.
you. 24 dash,
You have service via posting.
thank you. 24-0700 130 Santiago Street, Silvina R. Diaz. I'll do it here. Yep.
Get your
Like to
steps in.
I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence: the order finding violation permitting a village abatement plus the affidavit of service. The notice of hearing plus the affidavit of service is Exhibit 2. Exhibit 3 is the abatement work order. Exhibit 4 is the verification of ownership.
Okay, so we have abatement costs?
Sir, in the amount of $286. We did a one-time abatement, so we're asking for a recovery of $80 for the abatement and $206 in administrative costs for a total of $286.
Is granted. It's a very expensive lawn mowing, but, you know, if they don't do it, you do.
Thank you. 24-0701 130 Santiago Street, Silvina R. Diaz.
Same property, different
sorry.
thing.
I'd like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation with affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 4 is the AS 400 permit information showing they haven't gotten a permit.
Okay, so how do we have service? Same way you had last time posting?
Yes, I'm bringing it to you.
Oh, okay. Your case is falling apart, sir. All right, services via posting, as was the last one.
This one's been out of compliance for a total of 13 days at $50 a day, so we're asking for $650 and continuing.
2 plus continuing is granted.
24-0516 407 Las Palmas Street, Anmal Mehta.
Not that tall. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation, USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, notice of fine assessment hearing, USPS tracking. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
Englishtown, New Jersey. USPS tracking confirm is good service. What would you like?
This one's been out of compliance again for 76 days at $25 a day, so a fine of $1,900 and continuing.
Take it they may be snowbirds.
Thank you.
Granted. Next.
-0600 151 South State Road 7, L Car Wash RPB2 LLC.
I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. It's a permit thing, so there's
Thank
no
you.
picture.
Thank you.
Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, notice of fine assessment hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, AS 400 permit information. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
This is a very frantic signature on the green card. Finding of fact is granted.
It was a
Yep.
fine. It was out of
Wow.
compliance for 41 days.
41 days, okay.
Yeah, at $50, so a fine of $2,050 and not continuing.
2050, no continuing is granted.
Thank you.
24-0725 is being pulled. 24-0806 is being pulled. Repeat violation case 24-0877 147 Heron Parkway, SRP SUB LLC.
Code section 9-5, hedge exceeds heights allowed. I observed this violation on 10/29/24. Sent out notice of violation, notice of repeat violation, notice of hearing, certified mail on 10/30/24. They were signed for on 11/4/24. I'd Like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order finding violation, case number 23-0800. Exhibit 2, notice of repeat violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. And Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
All right, it took me a minute to find the right file, but you have a signed green card, which gives you service. We lost our audience.
Oh, man.
Oh, dang. And your finding of fact is granted?
No, this is a repeat
Another fine?
violation. Yeah, this was out of compliance for 15 days at $50 a day, so $750 and not continuing.
0, no continuing is granted.
24-0909, 100 Sparrow Drive, Timber Creek Townhomes and Villas.
12.5, 12.53, and 12.55, repeat violation for landscape debris curbside several days before pickup is pre-collection practices. I observed this violation on 11/7/24, sent out notice of violation certified mail, notice of repeat violation certified mail, bless you, and notice of hearing on 11/8/24, and posted them to the property as well. Oops, sorry. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1 is a previous order finding violation dated 7/15/24, case number 240456. Exhibit 2, notice of repeat violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. Exhibit 4 is pictures. And Exhibit 5 is affidavit of compliance. But no, it's not a finding of fact.
Well, I've gotten used to that now because I've been shot down 3 times, so.
This one was out of compliance for 14.
How many dollars and how many days, and is it continuing or not?
$100, so that's $1,400 and not continuing.
1400, no continuing is granted.
Thank you. Violation hearings, case 24-0288, 1328 Carousel Way, Jean T. Lusant and Floris Leducier.
I might have gone Leducier on that one, but close enough.
Could have been worse.
Yeah. Believe me, you are one of the best in names, by the way. I do a whole bunch of jurisdictions.
Special Magistrate, the code section is 6-1985 for a staying sidewalk. The violation was observed on 4/17, and notice of violation was sent certified mail on 4/18/24 and posted. The notice of hearing was sent on 10/18/24 and posted. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation with affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, the notice of hearing with affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, the verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, the pictures.
All right, you have service via posting.
This one, we're asking for compliance by 12/26 or the January 8 fine assessment hearing or $25 a day fine. 24-0306, 1095 Chorus Way, Melissa Butler.
Special Magistrate, the code sections are 23-18B1, 14-2, and the violation was observed on 4/13/24. The notice of violation was sent certified mail on 4/25/24 and posted. The notice of hearing was sent on 10/18/24 and posted. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation plus the affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, the notice of hearing plus the affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, the verification of ownership, and Exhibit 4, the pictures.
You got to work on your contrast skills.
Think so?
The dark of the truck kind of fades into the shadows on the side of the house. Someone needs to get that one a glass of water or something. Oh, she has water. All right, you have service via posting. What would you like?
And this one, code section 12-4C, which is the garbage can, is a finding of fact. For the remaining sections, we're asking for compliance by 12/26 or the 1/8/25 fine assessment hearing or $75 a day fine.
1/8/75 at 12/26. 1/8/75 is granted.
24-0350, 650 Hibiscus Drive, Alejandro Chavez Ramirez.
Special Magistrate, the code section is 15-132, a bare spot in the swale. The violation was observed on 5/10/24. The notice of violation was sent out on 5/16/24 and posted. The notice of hearing was sent out on 10/18 and returned on 10/21. I'd like to submit the following documents as evidence. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation plus the affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3 is the verification of ownership. Exhibit 4 are the pictures.
See, people with habits. This guy parks in the same spot, which kills the same grass. So, all right, what would you like on this one?
Compliance by 1226 or the 1/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted, and you had service via posting.
24-0607, 10317 Oliver Lane, Janice Marshall Roberts.
Special Magistrate, the code section is 6-190H, 15-142, and 14-2. Wood over the windows, the bare spot in the front yard, and miscellaneous items. I observed the violation on 7/22. The notice of violation was sent certified mail on 7/25 and posted. The notice of hearing was sent on 10/18/24 and posted. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. The notice of violation with affidavit of service is Exhibit 1. The notice of hearing with the affidavit of service is Exhibit 2. Exhibit 3 is the verification of ownership, and Exhibit 4 are the pictures.
Notice how much better life looks during the rainy season. All right, you have service via posting. What would you like?
26 or the 1/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
1226, 1/8, 25 is granted.
24-0731, 860 Hibiscus Drive, Arthur and Mary K. Jaramillo.
Miami. I have an advantage on that.
The code section is 9-491, offense and disrepair. The violation was observed on 9/13/24. The notice of violation was sent certified mail on 9/14 and returned on 9/19. The notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 9/14 and returned on 9/19. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Notice of violation plus notice of hearing. Verification of ownership is Exhibit 2. The pictures are Exhibit 3, and Exhibit 4 is the affidavit of compliance.
Am I allowed to do a finding of fact now?
Sir.
Thank you. I will do a finding of fact then. Granted.
Thank you, sir. 24-0763, 10884 Grandview Court, SRP SUB LLC.
Not authorized for this one, I take it.
All of them?
Give me the stack.
Special Magistrate, the code section is 15-141A1 and 12-4C, landscaping debris on the yard, garbage bin, and not screened from public view. I observed this violation on 9/24/24. The notice of violation was sent certified mail on 10/1/24 and returned according to USPS tracking. I also sent the notice of hearing on the same date and returned USPS tracking. I'd like to submit the following documents as evidence. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation plus notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, the verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 4 is the affidavit of compliance.
USPS tracking confirmed as good service. Finding of fact is granted.
Thank you, sir. 24-0783, 1396 M Bank Way, Christopher T. Hutchinson.
Well, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it big. Parking on the lawn, multiple vehicles and multiple disciplines.
It's a nice boat, though.
It's a Barbie boat. I hate those things. You get those at the boat show really cheap. They're usually bayliners. Those are for people who didn't know boats.
The code section, Special Magistrate, is 23-18B3B, parking on the front lawn. I observed the violation on 9/26/24, and I sent the notice of hearing and the notice of violation on October 1st, and they were returned. We have a signed green card. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation plus notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 4 is the affidavit of compliance.
So they fixed the fascia, and then they fixed the driving part. You have a signed green card. You have service finding of fact? Yes, sir. Granted.
24-0795, 10972 Grandview Way, Dorian D. Ingram and Virgil Ednard.
Special Magistrate, the code section is 6-22, 108.4, and 2657, a pool and a tiki hut without a permit. I observed the violation on 10/2/24. I sent the notice of violation and notice of hearing on 10/27/24. That was sent certified mail and returned. We have a signed green card. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation plus notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, the verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures. And Exhibit 4 is the AS 400 permit information showing that they don't have a permit for either.
A Funsicle pool. That's the brand. All right. Signed or a unsigned green card is still good service.
For compliance by 1226 or the 1/8 fine hearing or a $50 a day fine.
It's too cold to swim anyway, so 1226, 1850 is granted.
0853 10897 Grandview Court, FKH SFR Propco B HLDP.
The code sections are 6-190A1, 5 and 12-4C, a stained structure and sidewalk, garbage can not screened to code. I observed the violation on 10/22/24. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail along with the notice of hearing on 10/25/24 and returned on 11/6. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation plus notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
It took me a minute to figure out that wasn't a trash can, but actually a recycling bin on top of something else. I'm like, how is that trash can not screened? It's got a thing around it, but no, it's not a trash can, it's a recycling bin. Took a minute. You have a green card for service. What would you like?
By 1226 or the 1/8 fine hearing or a $25 a day fine.
Granted.
24-0423, 143 Bob White Road, Michael B. Hoffman.
So these are all the leftovers from October? Yeah, because I feel like we're doing a bunch.
Code sections 2318B2, restricted trailer not screened from view. Observed this violation on 5/30/24. Sent out notice of violation, notice violation certified mail on 6/1/24. Renoticed notice of hearing on 8/8/24. Posted both of them to the property. Like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, picture. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Yeah, that was kind of stark, just sitting out there all by its lonesome. It's like nothing to hide, nothing even to contrast with.
Didn't even try.
Finding of fact, granted?
Yes, please.
24 what should be a modification on your agenda, it should be 24-0581 instead of 24-0423 again.
0581?
Yep, 0581, it's 143 Bob White Road, Michael B. Hoffman.
Okay.
Code section 622-108.4, 06-198-35. Work without permit, sidewalk and driveway are stained. Observed the violation on 7/15/24. Sent out notice of violations, notice of hearing on certified mail on 7/16/24. Received it signed and not dated. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, I had to renotice the notice of hearing with the affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, AS 400 permit information. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance. And Exhibit 6 is a picture.
All right, do we have an affidavit of compliance for everything or just part of it?
Everything's.
Oh, is it?
So you have a signed green card, then you
They
have
got
an
their permit,
affidavit
they
of
cleaned the
posting for
sidewalk.
service. And this is another finding of fact?
Yes, sir.
Granted.
24-0612, 278 Sandpiper Avenue, Hoi Ling, I'm not sure the rest of that, something Duong and Michelle Duen.
Code section 2657, gazebo without a permit. Observed the violation on 7/23/24. Sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing, certified mail on 7/25/24. Posted them to the property. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, had to renotice the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, AS 400 permit information. Exhibit 5 is a picture, and Exhibit 6 is an affidavit of compliance.
All right, so your second posting was really good for this meeting, and what would you like on this one?
Finding of
of
fact.
is
Yes.
also granted.
Thank you.
24-0677, 104 Mimosa Street, Sway, 2014, one borrower LLC.
Code Sections 2317, parking over the sidewalk. I observed this violation on 8/15/24, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing, certified mail on 8/16/24, and posted those to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service, the new notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Finding of fact again.
Thank you.
Granted.
0790, 229 Sandpiper Avenue, SRP SUB LLC.
Code Section 06190A3 ND 124C, driveway with stained, high grass and weeds around trees and signs, garbage can in public view. I observed this violation on 9/30/24, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing, certified mail on 10/1/24. I received it signed and not dated. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
I was wondering how that basketball hoop was going to work. Finding of fact is granted.
24-0818, 158 Sunflower Circle, Alley Christine and Donald D. Gunn.
Sections 942 and 124C, fence in disrepair, garbage can in public view. I observed this violation on 10/7/24, sent out notice of violation, certified mail, notice of hearing, certified mail on 10/8/24, nib signed for on 10/15/24. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
I was just going to say, all they had to do was move the can behind the fence, and I think you motivated them. Finding of fact is granted.
24-0861 is being pulled. 24-0869 is being pulled. 24-0878, 215 Las Palmas Street, KHL Trust, Chris Kacharoff, trustee.
Code Sections 1557, 124C, and 144A. Grass and weeds exceed height allowed, garbage can in public view, disabled vehicle. I observed this violation on 10/29/24, sent out notice of violation and notice of hearing, certified mail on 10/30/24. It was signed for on 11/9/24. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Yeah, his Mercedes is nicer than mine.
Nice with flat tire.
Well, mine doesn't have a flat tire, though. All right, you have service via signed green card. What would you like?
Fines by 1226 or the 1/8 fine hearing or $50 a day fine.
1226-1850 is granted.
Thank you. 24-0888 at the bottom is being pulled. 24-0737, 665 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard, Royal Palm Beach RT Investment LLC.
Shift change.
Is that all of them you have in your hand?
Everything with service, yes.
Okay, I'll give them to Doug. Oh, she's coming back. She's back. She's coming.
Give them all. Stack them.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Yeah, she said service one, so we'll hold them to it. All right, 665 Rural Palm. All right, let's hit it.
Anthony Sandlin, this is code section 2349, paren B15, stop sign missing. I observed the violation on 9/17/24. Certified mail was mailed out on 9/17/24 and was returned back on 9/21/24. I'd like to admit the following items into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, photos. And Exhibit 4, USPS tracking.
All right, USPS tracking got you your service. What would you like on this other than a replace stop sign?
Compliance by 1226 or the 1/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
24-0739, 238 Park Road North, IH Street Property, Florida LP.
Code section 06190A, this structure was staying. Observed the violation on 9/17/24. Certified mails mailed out on 9/17/24 and returned back on 9/25/24. I would like to admit the following items into evidence: notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, photos. Exhibit 4, USPS tracking.
All right, signed green cards and UPS tracking get you your service. I like the lady's stamps. She also has a date stamp on there. This is an efficient mail person.
We're asking for compliance by 1226 or the 1/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
24-0741, 720 Royal Palm Beach, yes, Royal Palm Beach Boulevard, Christopher De Leon.
Code section 94(2). Observed the violation on 9/17/24. Certified mails amount of 9/17/24, returned back on 9/20/24. Would like to admit the following items into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, ownership, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, photos.
Yeah, those are holes. You have a signed green card, so you have service.
Asking for compliance by 1226 or the 1/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
24-0743, 197 Bilbao Street, SWH 2017, 1 borrower LP.
Code section 95 and 98. Observed the violation on 9/17/24. Certified mails mailed on 9/17/24. Is returned back on 9/25/24. I would like to admit the following items into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, photos. Exhibit 4, an affidavit of compliance. And Exhibit 5, USPS tracking.
Okay, you have service and you have a finding of fact.
Yes, thank you. 24-0824, 777 Carissa Drive, Anna E. Azaje and Domingo R. Castillo Morelli.
This will be Code Section 1557 and Code Section 15141. Observed the violation on 10/9/24. The certified mails mailed out on 10/9/24 and returned back on 10/21/24. I would like to admit the following items into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3, photos.
So we have high grass and weeds and we have bare spots. We have variety. I like that. You have service via signed green card. What would you like?
By 1226 or the 1/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
24-0826, 11614 Dahlia Drive, Earl A. and Gwendolyn Yvonne.
This could be Code Section 15132. Observed the violation on 10/9/24. Certified mail was mailed out on 10/9/24 and the property was posted on 11/15/24. Exhibit 1, I would like to admit the following items into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, photos. Exhibit 4, an affidavit of service. And Exhibit 5, a USPS tracking.
Are they backing up on a preserve or something? Just curious as to the jungle next door. Don't know. It's all good.
614 Downey Drive,
No, it's like 2536 Glendale.
No,
we're on
Dahlia.
11614.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missing Dahlia then, or it's out of order.
That's why I was confused.
6, no. Concert Way, no. Here it is at the bottom. All right. Never mind. We have pictures. Okay, that's fair. There we go. We have an affidavit of service. Just for future reference, you need to put those closer to the front, the affidavits of service, just to make it easier on me. Because if I can find service, I am like golden for the rest of the thing. So, and you also have a USPS tracking confirmed, so you have service, and I see the bare spots on the lawn, so what would you like?
Please.
Finding effect is granted.
All right, next page, 24-0867, 2536 Glendale Court, John C. Berry and Cheryl A. Strickland. Oops, I skipped it. Go ahead.
Okay, code section 94, paren 2 and 95. Observed the violation on 10/29/24. The certified mail was mailed out on 10/29/24. The property was posted on 12/2/24. I would like to admit the following items into evidence: notice of violation, notice of hearing, verification of owners, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, Exhibit 3, pictures, Exhibit 4, an affidavit of service, and Exhibit 5, USPS tracking. Also,
Okay. Go ahead.
also, we have a note from the property owner, an email. Give that to Mitty.
You had a phone message as well, as part of your file. You have service via posting, so you're good service. We got a long email?
But it's an email that she wanted presented on her behalf.
Okay, you will present it on her behalf. Do you have an objection, or? Okay, we have an email. What would you like?
We're asking for compliance by 1:30 or the 2:12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine. She's asked for 90 days, so
She's getting about 60-ish, 45-ish. We're getting half that.
and it should,
And it sounds like from her email that she keeps pushing the fence back up, which is admission against interest if you're going to law school. So 132-1225 granted.
Thank you. 24-0872 is being pulled. 24-0882, 1121 Concert Way, Anna L. and Jonathan D. Wall.
Code section 2657, paren B4. The certified mail was mailed out on 10/31/24 and was returned back on 11/7/24. I would like to admit the following items into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing; Exhibit 2, verification of ownership; Exhibit 3, photos; Exhibit 4, USPS tracking; and Exhibit 5, AS400 info.
All right, you got a USPS tracking and a green card, not signed, but still good. And what would you like?
The code officer has one more detail to add to for
I
you.
would also like to let you know that I observed the violation on 10/31/24.
Okay, and it's a canopy without a permit, so what would you like on that?
We're asking for compliance by 1:30 or the 2:12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
24-0897 is being pulled. On the fine mitigation hearings, 24-0135 is being pulled. And then we're to health safety hearing, 24-0934, 130 Santiago Street, Silvina R. Diaz.
Like, Special Magistrate, the code section is 15-57 for overgrown grass and weeds. This is a health and safety issue. I observed the violation on 11/18/24. The notice of violation and notice of hearing was sent out on 11/22/24 and posted. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation and notice of hearing with an affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
I'm impressed. I like the way you got down and shot it at that angle. It's much, much better that way. All right, so you have service via posting. You want to remediate this little problem here?
Is this a health safety welfare violation?
Yes.
We're asking for a one-time abatement, which will allow for recovery of our abatement costs in the amount of $80 plus $206 in administrative costs. And we'd ask that you reset this to the January 8th fine assessment hearing if necessary. And you should have an order to sign.
Granted, do we have an order to sign, or is that just going to be?
There should be an order.
Mondays,
You'll sign it on Monday.
Monday or Tuesday, whatever the day is. Okay. Half the time you have them ready, so.
Thank you.
I had it ready.
Okay. She had it ready, somebody else didn't. It's all good.
Nothing
All right,
further
is
for
there
the
anything
magistrate.
else we brought before the board? Do I have any minutes to sign or anything? Okay.
Nothing further, sir.
Nothing further, and we are adjourned at 7:58.
Thank you.